Look, it is the Southern Mallee Giants report, and the black ties are all out. I'll tell you what, Sam White has been to the dry cleaners down there in Horsham to get everything sorted so he looks the goods for the night. And so he joins us now. Sammy White, how are you?
Yeah, going well, Flowman. Fresh out of the dry cleaners. Just got my suit dusted off, ready to go for this weekend.
Hey, tell me that Welshie might have dusted off a suit, and the great mechanical repair workshop man who left Yarpeet some years ago, there might be a few reunion folk coming up there to have a look at the beautiful club rooms on the old oval at Yarpeet.
Yes, there are a few coming back, Flowman. It's going to be a really good weekend. Obviously, the Black Tie Ball is in Yarpeet this year. So I think, a few phone calls have been made to let the old people of Yarpeet know that it's back in town, and they're going to come back and see the hall back in use again, which is great to see.
Fantastic to see. I tell you what, it'll be a night of nights where blokes will give their partners a bouquet. There'll be fellas like Coleman Shack actually showing, his way about him with his lovely girl.
Yeah, Shacky's good at showing a bit of chivalry. He'll have treat Jess to a really good night, I reckon. So
she'll be looking forward to that, that's for sure. Some chivalry from Coleman. But, gee, what a performance last week. Let's go to the match because it was a fantastic win in the end. Undermanned, depleted with 8 injuries. You had to face a nil side who actually have improved a lot this year, and I think folk need to recognise that. And you got up and beat them in the end, 9-13-67 to 8-8-56 in a great struggle.
Yes, it was an absolute must-win game for us, Flowman. Obviously, this time last year, we lost to them, and that was the reason we missed out on finals. So we couldn't afford to drop the games against the sort of lower teams in the ladder. But definitely didn't come easy. Nil threw absolutely everything at us. We didn't play particularly well in the second quarter. They went into half-time with a bit of a lead. However, we showed ended up playing a bit better in the third, and were able to steal it in the end. I think we ended up winning by 12 or a couple of goals, which is really good.
Great effort from Ben Webster and Lou White, your brother. 2 goals apiece. Goals were hard to get. Kugler with 3 from them, and Fraser Driscoll and the Darlenberg boys were in good form. Liam Nelson's best game at the club. Sam White, yourself, mate, I have to call it, you stood up when you had to. Matt Bellinger stands up at senior level, and he's been in the twos at different times when you've got your best side, but he always gives you a really good account of himself, doesn't he?
Yes, no, all the boys that come up from the twos had a really good game. We didn't have any weak links in the chain. Matt stood up, and then you'd see Ben McGee also got named in the best 2. He provided a bit of pace up forward and was able to break the lines, which really helped us.
Oh, did it what? And it's a really important win for the Southern Mallee Giants in the context of the season. Wasn't so easy for the depleted reserves, and 15-13 to 0 to 4-1, and one of the fellas got injured pretty badly, they tell me.
Yeah, poor old Spud Williams put his hand up to fill in, obviously, because we've got quite a few injuries, and he's unfortunately broke his ankle. Which isn't great at all. He come off. He told the blokes on the bench that he thought he'd rolled it, and he's ended up breaking it. So, thoughts are out to him.
Oh, absolutely. Mike Saunders, 3 from him. Tim Inkster kicked a goal. Saunders, Tristan Blair, Daniel Garner, Jaden Cook, Hudson McCredden, Cody Frankel. Good to see some of the kids coming through and playing some good football at the reserve grade. This is where we want to go, though. The boys in the 14s, my lads. I've been following these lads since Brownie started the report with me a long time ago, and it was a magnificent win. They got up and beat Nil 8-9-57 to 3-6-24, and on their home deck too. What a performance by the young guns in the under-14s.
Yes, it was great to see, Flo, man. The under-14s were similar to the seniors. They couldn't afford to lose last Saturday if they want to continue to push for that finals campaign, and they were able to play 4 quarters of footy and get the job done. It was great to see Charlie Williams kick 3 and stand up at the big moments.
He certainly did, along with Kobe Hallam. That's Kobe with the Y with 2 goals. Jackson Moore and Spencer Williams, Leith Horman, Colt Decker and Jamin Crisp got amongst it. Isaac Credlin, Harrison Williams and Ollie Wood also added a single score for the game, and good for them. Shirtington good for Neil, and it was Bell and Glee who got their goals in the end. It was a great match. Okay, it's black tie night. A bit of chivalry should be shown. Have you got a bit of chivalry in you for the night?
I try my best, man, but I just sort of do what I'm told.
Do what you're told. I reckon Coleman probably does too, and I reckon Brownie probably would do what he's told too when it comes to these sorts of nights.
Yeah, Brownie's he's not bad on nights like this. I reckon you'll see him out on the dance floor spinning Janine around. It'd be good to see.
Do you reckon there'll be any chivalry from the old Brownie?
Oh, he'll try. I don't know. It might be. He'll try his best, I'd say, but not sure how good it'll be.
Beautiful. I see he's got a new plane, so he's flying high this week.
Yeah, you see him crossing over the farm every second day. He loves it up there.
Been taking photos of your crop, probably saying how much better it looks than his. But hey, let's go to this week's game. Some absolute crucial ones. The Black Tie Ball will be a big night for Yarpeet and for the Southern Mallee Giants. And what a great event it'll be. This is important. Your game in seniors, you get Warwick Eagles, and this is a must-win. You don't want to drop this. And I'm told that you might have a couple of players back into the side, Sam Waddell, and also Josh Webster might start.
Yes, that's right, Flowman. So it'd be good to see those two boys both back for the weekend. It's a must-win game. It's similar to last week. We're obviously going into a bye after that, so hopefully if we can get a win there, get a few numbers back after the bye, and then sort of try and start again and push towards that finals campaign.
The Warwick Eagles will fancy themselves here too. They've never actually beaten the Southern Mallee Giants since you came into the Wimmera League, so they've got something on the go. I wonder whether the fridge gets a run here, whether Carl Cheney, the great Adelaide Crows man, might line up on the fridge at some point in time. Gee, that would be a couple of bodies going hammer and tongs at it.
Yes, it would be. It'd be a couple of big boys battling it out in the forward line. I'm not sure who. It'd be a good, great spectacle, I'd say. Big lads going at it one-on-one.
I reckon the fridge would fancy himself in a one-on-one contest with the Cheney, but we'll wait and see. I'm going to tip the Southern Mallee Giants to get the win here in the seniors. Now, the twos, the Warwick Eagles have got a reasonable side coming into this twos match. They are bottom, though, and I fancy that you can probably beat them in the Yarpeet Cup, we'll call it.
Yes. Hopefully, the twos get a couple of the Reggies that helped us top up last week back in their side, and they're able to go out and get a win leading into the ball. But it's tough going for the twos at the moment. Obviously, with so many injuries in the ones, we're struggling for the depth. But they'll bounce back and like you said, get a couple back in and they'll definitely have a good chance of winning.
Oh, it's going to be magnificent in the morning. This game will be, I think, starts a bit later, doesn't it? I reckon, is it about 11 o'clock for the kids that starts?
Yeah, I think it's about that, yeah.
And this is the game between you and Warwick Eagles. Now, here's the reason why. Southern Mallee Giants last week put yourself right in contention in that top 5. You're in 6th place. Ararat and the Warwick Eagles drew a game. They are just half a game ahead. So if you beat the Eagles, then you would be in the top 5 in the under-14s. Come on, you boys. Let's do it.
Absolutely. And it's definitely a winnable game too, Flowman. Like you said, they're on very similar points, and the boys are going in with good form against, obviously, a win against Nils, so there's no reason why I couldn't win again.
Absolutely. The Eagles, though, I might add, are pretty good and are going to be tough to knock over here. They did beat the Saints earlier in the season, and so they have got a good lineup. It's going to be a good lineup. Chivalry will be on show out at Yarpeet, and I believe that Coleman will be chivalrous on the night, and so we're looking forward to a big one.
Yes. So anyone's more than welcome to drop in to Yarpeet on Saturday night. Kicks off at about 7. So, if you're around the area and want to come see us, a bit of live music, it'd be great to see everyone here.
Bit of dancing and $100 at the door too. There's no FPOS up at Yarpeet. She's not even in telecommunications connection up there that way. She's a long way out there, isn't it, for you white boys and you fishers and so forth?
Yeah, no, we're winding the clock back out here, slow man. So I'm sure a few people will probably forget that, but yeah, it's cash only.
Good stuff. Great to have you on board. Sammy White, big game from you last week, and we look forward to hearing how the ball goes. Some chivalry from Coleman, and we'll catch up next week.
Thanks, Flowman.